ner mala kenyam kana dial kontin barwani bakalin gwasame kanwar online TV channel ate kon kalera to be kon killing kanwar online TV channel and wala shang wal bang wan ka paibadak ron kine dangro wide jandang ro de diech ban let batch ban killing kenyam chana right ka queen ne ti shop ke kisne to wenyam te cha juch kaka je keji ka border dung South Sudan kene Uganda ban ri dial content chaden latin ban killing ke la kan kononiam mi jiram jidit gorno jin bi channel bi support and mandu ne sham kon nyam le no right no gwasame ko de kon ler titin de kon kalin ka gwas dan ci ka to ka je ban ro je long an wala ka letin kon lat korodian bu kon manana shalat akume yiën ke kui Dr. machar bane jelene ling reiler kana mane mi jiram jirit gwasme naga jelong no jin bi nyokane ko ken ko de ler ti de kan chomala shub dino chan ler nyam chan jeling mandan ler ode child 1000 displaced in Kajekeji border attack is still living in poor condition, commissioner said. Kajo chalat gwasme wane ri chopke kini rei wika Kajekeji Warudian kagat kamen ken wa chaka displace ke chaka joj a kordana chitok re wichin binabi rajo me chajala dun ne runian to wana temme tike chuka ka dobe dane chal na ju keje ji Uganda commissioner dun Kajekeji county ka central equatorial state chikala re ne thousands of civilian chaga displaced ka kor gwade paiwo ka ta kore da na chitok an temme naitin wan shuka na long gwan mitela ka kwan na ka tela misham kanatin talal do no ne ri ke kinu wal dich shika rodian bar doron chalke kangapo rerode payam ala kangapo payam den gwade da na chiko je tokten gwad mi chi Uganda People Defense Forces UPDF second Nathan Kontin la SSPDF me kim yadit second ka maktin no ka shanga jandang ro badda ka pay baro ron kina dangro widi jandang ro dich any incident chitwok chala no chene ri shop ko dich awonyam shakana ka kuma sa Sudanese ala kuma sa Sudanese security personnel la kanidi kona ya nak en shanga mo gwaji dana chikorje toga je ka shanga jandang ro badda gwada mo chune tin wan long chugo den bar chuga chugo den bar no ka kure dana chitwok waken china shuje long shumenta murai kona yi equatorial take shush kam di long kam nan choda lat no chala be ne ala four camps waken china di alto churun barten no ko wi kona no ne tin wan tong mi ki equatorial wan na ne chuke kin wal dikene de wan long sanga kon watele je kim nan de kana sham ko ko dan chitwo. We say that only 2 of the 4 camps, Kimu in Boriboma and Meregoga, received food aid from the international community, from the International Committee of the Red Cross. Nay, chala no na kem dangaro ko di kan netin kontin ci kon ci jek ala kem dangaro tel kon mi ci kan jek ko jugume paywo ala wotam shu kan long changa kon teleja anyok kan going back kan riek lo na tre which ko dong de na lo joka gwi jeno situation mode ko tem chala no ni ponyan kum Uganda na wawuni kan ka wore South Sudan na no ka jodan chalat ne ri man chirin chubar ka kwiko de kan lok de kan ogor gonatin ko ken ko ci kan gujeno which te tekarek murai ko tem kuma South Sudan kan kum Uganda ngode chiremeci ko lingane kan roch baroje chala da wada investigation de carried out ka do budan en to koro daga je do ngai tin wanan wo en mun Kajekeji jen ponde chaje kwak kiir. According to the statement by SSPDF spokesperson Major General Ruacdɛ, the committee will be stationed in Gulu City in Northern where they will compile the report and submit to the head of the military of the 2 countries. Kajo chikalat gwasi dana waw chaneli shop ke well one cha kwa ne dangbaro ka South Sudan ne dangbaro ka kum Uganda kaneli ti kaneli ale shala de wode ka wuka Gulu and gwasi mi de kan te diala content wo ko de kan wojek ban ne diala no korman toga ka kwiko chaje kwa ben Kajekeji ko jen teke dabme kan damdi ditin wachi kume Uganda shagorno baka ko kan alo chikan bile nywa kan kume South Sudan kamun dungi ko tore ban ma kula bag gwasa me woni to man shush kan long asho mi di che chon method so jo me de ko na lingo no ban nyo ko kala rodien jo ban lingo gwasa me rojo dana shalat a South Sudan Minister of Environment and Forestry, Josephine Napwon, gen chajo chajalar kwar dana governor dung Eastern Equatorial State Governor Lobong tege jo chalar gwasme jenene kene dialen konti la pastoralist kene de kontin la ji hok tinte ko tongwan tege jangnan kontin tere wiki Eastern Equatoria ko Eastern Equatoria jen gwase dana ci jang ci ko tindio je ko ngajine shiki nyenyene ke ji Equatoria kan jang antama chajalat 18 kontin dong ten wanamo kene ne gorga jen yo kene dialen konti la jang tinte ko gre wujin winami de ka wo de ko wineken de ka woka their original home ka jo chalat. South Sudan Minister of Environment and Forestry Josephine Napwan has expressed support for Eastern Equatorial State Governor Lobong effort to ensure all pastoralists in Makwe County return to their original home. The minister made the statement during the ordination of the 3 priests and 4 deacons at the Catholic Diocese of Torit, Our Lady of Assumption Parish in Lower North of Numulu Town last Friday. Jo chalat gwasame walat ken jo me gwami mo te dol natin. Shika Governor Lobong jogono ne diala titin kono te kok jen shine ka gorno begeten wina mo ko kan wak panken kan ne te kono la famere shikan met kok la kan bele kan ka cham ko kuje mo ne te kontin la pastoralist ken kono te kok la jel ko ken de ka jen ba milen kono me ka jangan kono tere wiki Eastern Equatoria te me changat gwaberan ti ko to ken jen yok tege tena gwasamo chala na luone de ka obolo de ka we jongle but kana lok ken ka de bran chicken ko jengai kondiale ko de dan chi to chicken logo no bika jen antama ku kan gango wo ken ka bom so ramoro do yil kene de kon la ji ko chore aba ko no be jek chitka wo chigan ngaje no kene de kon la ji ko chore are wuci ni mi ka gitarin ko ne shi ko dan chetok ajenta dan en lero de jentama. So cha Governor Lobong cha jogono gone no need ti dere ka wuch. I would like to encourage the governor, since he has mentioned land cooperation and also the issue of cattle aider. Governor, I think you are a great man. You are the son from the east, and you should be shaken. You should not be shaken because of what you are doing. You are doing is for the sake and the benefit of the people of Eastern Equatorial State. You say, I know people in Juba always twist issue, but cattle cannot be combined with farming or crop. I urge the governor not to fear and continue defending the territory and people of Eastern Equatorial State. Ne de shikatiti shikane ramme me wuri shalka lebong shikane jogono ji hogdi ala kajen rewich Eastern Equatoria. So shikane shikane mo shikane to kongai kon di ala no gwaje danji korje to gane kam jani kan ji Equatoria rewich ni wini ka Makwe County and tama chaji jogono akajen akachingot weda jo mo chajalat. Kwara Catholic Bishop Kaye Diocese jente ga jom chalat gwasme jo chalat jom be lonko kwiko redana chitok re wike ye chalat onene ajenna baka kurun wangalong kala su payam Kaye River County ajenen gwasmo the civilian again she got traumatized ne to want to choose guard man ne dial again she got choose kitchen dial chewing re rop ko dobe dana she korche tokaje kore tok kam SSPDF kana kam SPLIO rewichin winemi joban linga atadana ci korche togaje de koran palpinga lengbe ko ngai kone gwano kume kim yadi kana kume de wudu mishala me Dr. Machar ala ken shikan teka good time shigame ngai kone no Dr. Machar chaje yen ba mugu kon lengwa seme kume SPLIO te kene di chikarodien mat tiren mat ke kumen chal kenas kuma na mo shika yiën alo shikane de kon tilla SSPDF base ni ken shukaraw shikan kadak bana jelin ka jelerame ka jomo chalat gwasme Bishop Alex no diom chelare wonene a general road ka gwad mi shitkarun wang ka shwe masho kalin ano ka tangwan mate jandan dok ka wer de ko laron wo chere karun wang do ngode mus dena gwasa mo michara jejo enene na barna rodien kawena gwad mi chikorche toktin. Bishop Alec Lodion said he was preparing for morning prayer when gunfire erupted around 4:30 a.m., waking a sleeping president to a terrifying confrontation between government forces and army opposition group. Ajena Guadamo, Jen Bishop Chalaromichi Korcha Tuogo, Kinetin on along Shikaben Barcarodian, and made a coin Tuoko Kor, Jeni Sudan People Liberation Movement in opposition, Kume SPLA Ayokani Dialcon, a Canadian County Yatka Mach, Kayot Kani, Kume SSPDF, Yot Kani Jamat. Ajenen gwaza mo chukocho tuɔɔk. They reportedly targeted and overran 2 South Sudan People Defense Forces outposts in Lasu and Libongo. Gwatin content cha maka kume SPLIO gwaza nana shwale Lasu kena Libongo. Lasu kena Libongo ke base ni nying SSPDF. Ajeni shukan ka kepko shukan ka wanka jo dana shalat keje. Bishop shalat wonene. Ajeni an gwaza mo ke Sunday ko tuɔɔk no ka jen gwaza mo ni. Ajana chuneti mwana long wuni man kana ga chugurin bar chune dia chugurin rerop kan wana mon chutene ko kien te shuje ngojwa ko zidan teten ko shi dwal dit so enran gorjen o dare tik ke dare tik de dare jaken chunetin kon kin ne te gaye wana mo gwaji ko toktin chukana ngare rerop ko chutana chug bere lokot ko lokot jen gwaz dan ala tik la de yajeketin lokot chere ke yiri mi sometime ko mi chete ko mi jitok la gat ken ni ala ko ken de ko ten ko bu goru ni lokten tangos ni la kona ni de ni mi te ko mi jitok tikana mago no bikan lokot bikan odake bikan dwaj mai ko la kana ngajinu en ra mi che do bar lokot arami mo che kor che je gor so no mo ajeni cho tuɔɔk chunetin wan churen bare lokos eno ka shuka la bare lokot de shuka gang. Ajeni we were there in the church and all of a sudden we saw people running for safety and out of panic the church and others went deep into the bush, children of 5 years or less entering those bushes in order to hide, and those who took refuge in the church we told them to enter the church, he said. Signa one kan kan logan gwasmare koreda na chituok kura mo toge kaye no si bishop chejela do ne jen make committing one along gwada dan and right committing gwada nyin nanten and gwada mo shukor mo chotwok jen kor mitin ede shop ko wel baro shwakanak gwal mi shala no de ni dang wel dish ke de ni SSPDF de ni de ke de ni SPLIO gwada dan sha bezniken sha ko baran ki cha ke jotin chojo mo chojo kwen SSPDF soldiers kajan gwasamo me chikorche didalonka chaga da gwadam tikatin adani chukene ngudre lwakos no chuga bere lwakos bad me chaka lebil ke chaka leblo ne wana mo chukala do shine biko baka nas baka kabenak ke bine ben mak bine ko bine ben gang. Later, SSPDF soldiers stormed the church, further terrifying the people inside, who thought they were under attack. However, Bishop Lodiong explained that the soldiers came not to harm but to assure the civilian of their safety and instruct them to stay inside until the situation was under control. Jojo mo chojo ko ne dialan kon sharan bare lwakos ko shibini SSPDF sikay lwakos chukala no shine biko temne blat but bune begang ye. Ngwad mo chwane dial chwa jure lwako de no bede na ko bitigdun beken ka jodan shalat keje nay kon dial no de ni tin kon la de na spela yo ko kan shikan gor civiliani gor kan tin kon la de ni wana mo shwo gwalung ko ken ka bere lwako ban ya ngaje no kore me shi ko mutot karwa de ko kan ne de kon ni e madde ni SPLA yo kan de tin continent dor no ala bon commercial ka Thomas Rilo kan de alten continent cha kor cha de tok kan kor me ko wa kan sikatel mude de mude kan lat ko shi kem ya din tabi tane de al cha ka joj terodin chomat ke kume SPLAIO ko bikan ni ke kume marwa ke kem yadit ano. There was family that lost the children. The children took off in their own direction, and when the woman went to look for the children, she did not find them. You can imagine children scattered in the bush. Chudeladino. There no ne dial kon charen baragada wa shiga bat ko shiga romni adan shobaje lonka ke ko tishikiriti wa beke no ala kur beje long shiro mengai kona wani tinwan la kare o ka dor mi cheto ke mi shana pereka la ngwan mi shana jogo no wojo rodun minalo nyinya gwas mani ajene me riek mi dida long tere wich kaye shiro mengai kona no kon ben ngam nana shala ngai kona long no tego jomo chalat ka gwase dana kume marwai ke dakre machar ko dakre machar te reti jen tego jomo chalat ka gwase dan shala de ne ane tiala kukon lan menan shala ne ken aken ane diala ko we korodian rewi ke ye ko ye agwan bu korbe de tin ka jodan tikelat ke je akene ku ka respond ka do badan en chikim yadit selo gono bi malbe ben ka je rewi ke so Sudan chikan jo mi chikana mo chikana lat ko gu ken no ken ni cha chondien cha de luk ka do badan en lat ke je chana jo me chan jamiling be ka kume morwaike Dr. Riek Machar tega jo machalat gwaseme enono mugur kono bana linkel kuma Dr. Machar no tega warga misha gwarke warga mo cha gwarke no katadan endong shiriki tuwaje ko chala no cha Dr. Machar cha jebulun enono ko cha jebulun kume SPLA yo cha chula no benero da gang amanimi cha Dr. Machar cha jakonun so katin koni chure la chirimengai kone ala US diplomat chicken kuma sa Sudan chicken la jor katadan en let ken mal ka je ken mal cha je yara kuma sa Sudan ka kuje mo ken gor ken de Dr. Machar de jelin gwas bani bana we kenyam ka jo dana shalat a US diplomat tin chi sa Sudan chicken criticize no ken manana cha nyo malat ke kuma kirma yadit ka drop ndana chicken Dr. Machar chicken yen ka je no bana jo me bana jelin Lincoln magwasi me alaga men che shikan do badana cha Dr. Machar chari hinga je wachi kana defend but kenyam chana ko right kemenana chalat kume morike la US United States chikala do wonene the acting US representative to the United Nations has strongly criticized South Sudan leader for failing to unify the army force, misusing public fund, restricting civic freedom and continuing to use violence to gain or stay in power. Jolin kwa magwasa la kumu US chicken kumu South Sudan chicken la jor no ken sika yutu ngwan chicken ka cham yurin cham kana by the way ke fund take a public fund la ngwan ke de jerunen ngwan kwikena la fana ka yuru la ngwan ke ko bi amal bi awlat ke la United States la ken contribute me wingman diale ko ken bi contribute ko bia men regadan togre duarun biaje tuka ke yoto kene public pan chaka misuse kuma South Sudan no enyok chaka nyo gonyo gwasi me United States no chicken freedom and it kana re wika South Sudan wa chicken ba chicken no right nakan ga men civilian bokan ka karen yali alo they don't care again do bada ka gwasi me chakula re wonene millet kene awa and violent kene awa jeka long shoulder lut katadan and don't let on power they misuse ke ko chala misusing of power ke michal ke power abuse alodin chi power chi abuse ko wodi she just use against innocent people ke she gorno temal mi binonke ka jo chala gwaseme ambassador de Rossi cheji lado wonene ajeni chit kene me ajeni UN Security Council in today which can New York Monday shikarwach ko South Sudan chicken during one chicken a lot Ajeni she say it is deeply disappointing that the transitional government has not delivered the peace and stability that the people of South Sudan deserve. Alaji transitional government can it kona rekeke alani it content ke kume tintaka kume kiir me yadi right now chitneri kon tere wiki juba transitional government ko ngaka ko become fair can become transparent become gadak chicken sa chicken bemek chicken kiir me yadi chicken be support ka chicken da rema tari kan be support but right now chicken sa chicken support me kiir me yadi so can we are very disappointed kadwa badan en chikum kiir me yadi chicken lat kaja no. According to Shi, there is election of the country leader suggests a de facto abandonment of the 2018 peace agreement, which formed the basis for transitional government. Kanish login ke jagalong an shegame ko shegame manjalat jenina betu rebe nyo yekelen shegame Ramadan la kwer gwas mi mela jome ambassador de Rossi ajen shegame yen magwas me katura kajo chalat gwaseme eno chikuma South Sudan chicken fun chicken misuse ke ta dana don chicken go je no de malder bere wika South Sudan chelare wonene she say the South Sudanese people remain stuck in a cycle of conflict, dire humanitarian need and exclusion from decision making due to lack of political will from the leader to change a system that keep them in power. Ajalan name amid yagalong malat ke kuma South Sudan ko ken chicken gurje no de ken mal de ken nungre wika South Sudan jaken no bika power bekena consolidate ke be power of the ngot keke ko chicken gurno be temal no beben ajala kana gurno no chicken mat chicken be gurno ba jalat chicken gurno te ken itmo to dong de kwede ken lejek anyok jaken di humanitarian ko bika church international community ko contribute long katel malat ke She added that humanitarian work by the international community continue to face serious challenges caused by recent conflict, long-term violence against aid workers, and corruption. Ajana kuma South Sudan na letkana shika didi alchikan kayar so and transitional government dan lat kono gwasme wajen chala da shigelat ajen shiga da na chiro ajen shelat lat kana no malat ke kuma kirma yadit she chong ano akani shaka disappoint longa tin kono lat karodian ko yan kum madong muto corruption shika gor no take freedom mudde lat re ka South Sudan manamal ba shika gor so akani ngum la use that. Akana gor kana de Dr. Riek Machar de jelun the opposition leader de jelun de maldar bere yuka South Sudan check dulo ta de gor netin kon tirwai ka South Sudan raina murai kona teme ala kum South Sudan te gwato de long ko be fail medan cha ko level no fail state code chicken mal chicken gor ko la kana power jin ko kon consolidate so go te mal bi kenno nana je kule la civilian to budi kan nago ku kana ko kan displace everywhere ajen ko ni chiang yo ka kirno je no mal che gor transitional government ba tele milet kana so chalat ambassador she and wonene ajen malatke ajen she chong ajen nana I am calling all parties in South Sudan to end hostilities, release all political prisoners ill without cause, and return to peaceful dialogue. Ichige mete jo mete gelat. Ajeni na chole ni dialogue konti la kwar kapad ni dialogue ke bon dialogue re ka South Sudan. And all political prisoners need to kona sayen ganyan kan dialogue including Dr. Riek Machar akali kan dialogue kana beko ba mal ba je bulat ka tok. Ashima kur. She also urged the transitional government to work in good faith with the United Nations mission in South Sudan to allow the mission to carry out its mandate without interference. So Josh can link on me. A United government no can look on a day maldera to tin Rewika South Sudan. I didn't look and look like an top confirm Rewika South Sudan, look at Kum South Sudan, Kabu and Malda, but yet Kum South Sudan chicken and go to Malmadeben. Sekat gula lada wana ne dial kono gori je won bi mal ben lada mal ne dial kono te kabon aka gori no ba ne dial kono sha yiën ba kalo ya woni kan ne tin kono de mal de kan lat kana mal cha je bulat ka kor mal ba je lat ka mu ba je lat ka rach a chuma kor dulo ko no ko te ne tin ngore ti jen wanyu de jen wo chi country che be stable chi situation che bogwa bu woni na ka michushkan che ma ngai kono no won tam even humanitarians workers banking shoes kare wika South Sudan shoes na lunga everywhere akene diala tie ka gorgo no ba ko jo kan kirma yadit batte go jo machar spawn ko me kirma yadit a jo me bej mo gor kono de kono nyok min kono go gwasime jo pa kon ling no cholga ken palakur in a state chikana look and obi kan jo ran shalat enetin kontila yiën chikan logo no bikana lat chikan logo no bikan mat kaja again minen yantur na gwasime government of South Sudan defend detention of opposition leader at UN. No. Chicken adobe dan yen ga darbu machar chicken defend. Akaje ran chicken at gwasime. Chicken UN Security Council chicken jogo no ne. Aken na awun jag yakob interfere kadin kotin kono leneka. Awun nang ye katin kona lat Korea Rewika South Sudan. Dr. Machar jena ramuchi mujekshalat jena criminal kakujemo charge de lora bang. Neme she political motivated and detention Dr. Machar yan ga point de ko jen che ber shejalat. Jom jikana lat gwasme. I don't know. South Sudan charged the affair to the United Nations has told the UN Security Council that called for the release of recently detained opposition leader ignore legal procedures. Akanina eno ba Dr. Riek Machar ba jelo lora bang akan look ki akan procedure kan ka gor akani ami jaga long joken kume marwaike aji United Nations no ngom nangye katin kon lat ko rudien dora ngom nangye tin lat kan jo mo akene tele nangye tin so akene wo bi interfere ka fera internal affair telemunang yetin go kujemo yen Dr. Machar telemunang yetin. Speaking at the Security Council on Monday, Sabino Edward Nyawela who also serve as the country deputy permanent representative to the UN, say that the detention are not politically motivated. Call for the release, disregard the due process of law in South Sudan, and risk constituting interference in our internal affairs, he said. Jolling and Mugwasame, Chikuma South Sudan, Chikarudin defendant Dr. Machar me yanka dormichalat soka kujamo charge bulun. His remark comes as the international community continue to call for the unconditional release of all political detainees, including the first by President Dr. Riek Machar and the leader of the opposition of SPLIO, who was placed under house arrest in March 26, 2025. Akane maname mishala da kane shi chuang mancha shikume UN chikishukje eno the Dr. Machar de Jelun. Akane Machar detention follow violent clash in Nasser County, Apanal State between a militia group which the government said is linked to its party and government forces, resulting in the killing of an SSPDF commander. Man yan ke Dr. Machar gwad me kani yan ke kwiko chawuri shalke majur chajenak rewika Nasser. That's is all. Coach SSPDF commander chajenak kani cha Dr. Machar chaje bulun. Ala ramachal kan nyawele me Ramadan and to rewichin winemi la de jeno nene kani nene nyawele straight that the arrests involved criminal accountability for alleged incitement to violence and unlawful activities and should not be mischaracterized as a political reparation. Kani Dr. Machar charge yen ko jen e kui politika yan ke je ka kui criminal case. Nubi kona me de kola no kume South Sudan chicken mal chicken gor. Ano. Ko entema lat kani no kume United Nations who could involved kani chicken long da ki sovereignty du South Sudan shikana yar right now mura kon ka kui sovereignty by the way ko lonka kami chaje yara kume Uganda mo ngam dini jena no jogo kan wo South Sudan na shidda minat kan sovereignty ko jogo kan wo yen lonya da ta macha der kullalle la mi jegde e mugwa bare kan no shine lok so mu bi kono me china wona ka Africa Union ko kan shol kan Africa Union ji guard la intergovernmental authority no the United Nations can diale koken eno bacon mal bacon no bane diala ti lokene lokeno de mal derben so mi jit kana me emi jekshi mogwa ko di ne diala ti nokono de mal derben la tok but look ne to kono de pinke ma yadide so jo chalat gwase me the United Nations lokaje akume ke ma yadit so ngulo lawe ya den tama kadete kontin tipin Dr. Machar ngulo guyena tama ka wi South Sudan kelu cheteka kayos ajer kor tenisiang janoni en point kum Uganda ba te kor ke kum South Sudan ke tele milet kene de kontin la ji South Sudan bokule tedi ntama wen kan Dr. Machar mitre te yiën ka chikane te kontin la ji Uganda chikan kalon so jo mu chikane me ajen jodan en gore no de yena lingwas mene kon gor kono ban bu korani ko lat korin bu kon ka linga do badan en chika to ko je ko kume mala kume South Sudan chamal ci gor en detention dum Dr. Machar kel mi bejbe long rewika South Sudan ka jen awa ko mal ko je pen wo ben ka ngoda ba kume marwai ke ma yade wai kan ngo te ka mal ma gor kana so the reality gor jen o de yen keling ami jiram ji gwase me kan wo online TV channel gor no jin bilardi te bigan ñoxane di ko ken chuje pero jono jin bi subscribe ko bi notification bell bi jotwan en ban ñoo jëkale radien bye bye